Hey, it's Eric Crawford from the End Zone at Cardinal Stadium. It's Tuesday. That means Scott Satterfield, the Louisville football coach, met with the media, talked for about 20 minutes, but we'll try and recap everything he said here in 3 or 4. And why am I standing in the end zone? Well, that was one point of discussion. Louisville has figured it out on defense. They won 3 straight games. They're coming off a win over a top 10 team, National Team of the Week, National Coach of the Week, National Defensive Coordinator of the Week, Brian Brown. So what's left for this team down the stretch to figure out? It's offense. Scott Satterfield wants to see better execution in the red zone, more times in this area. Basically wants to score more points. It sounds very simple and elementary and basic in football, but how do you do it?
Offensively, we got to find ways to get in the end zone. You know, I've mentioned it a bunch this year. We haven't been a big play offense. We have some here and there and those type things, but we have to do a better job of trying to find ways to get in the end zone, and I think that's going to be big, obviously, these next 4 games that we have to find ways to score touchdowns. We're going to be playing some really good defenses. We've already been playing them. You know, you think about Pitt, and Virginia was a lot better defensively, and this team here, and so on and so forth, Clemson, Kentucky State, they're all really, really good on defense. We got to find ways to get in the end zone.
For most of the season, we were asking Satterfield some variation of the question, how do you keep your team up? How do you keep them from getting discouraged? How do you get them to bounce back? The questions now have changed. After beating a top 10 team in Wake Forest, the question becomes, with 3 straight wins, how do you guard against overconfidence?
Well, I mean, I hope that they've found joy in going out and playing the way they've been playing the last few weeks, and want more of that. And I think, and if you ask our players, and I think they're going to tell you because of the prep that they put in throughout the week, it's the Tuesday, the Wednesday, the Thursday, the focus that we've had at practice is why we've performed that way, in my opinion. Because if you are cruising at practice, then you're not going to be able to have a great game. And so hopefully our leaders on this team have recognized that, and they're talking to the rest of the team to know, hey, we got to bring it today, and I think they will.
I wanted to get into scheduling a little bit because it's very rare you see a schedule like what Louisville's playing right now, where the last 6 games of the season are all against ranked teams or teams that have been ranked. Happens sometimes, but not very often. And even this is supposed to be an easy game coming up against James Madison, a former FCS team. But look, they're really good. They've been ranked this season too. We asked Scott Satterfield if he scheduled this game, and I asked him, has he ever had a run of games like Louisville is finishing the season with this season? Because it does matter. It's played a part in the team's improvement, but it also played a part in some of their early struggles.
It wasn't me, I promise you that. I mean, you'd love to have in my opinion, an FCS game right here where you can, go out and you still have to play well, and you want to play well, but you also can hopefully play a lot of guys. It's been a philosophy in the SEC. Normally in late November, they're going to play an FCS team before they play that last game, regular season game. And so I don't mind having a game in this part of the schedule like this, but you certainly would like for it to be a team that's an FCS team or maybe not as many scholarships or whatever, so we can play a lot of players and maybe heal some guys. You get to a point of the season like this, man, everybody's beat up a little bit, every team. And I think it would help in order to have somebody like that. But, man, there's not with this team. I mean, this team's a really good team. It's amazing. I can't believe they're an FCS team. It really doesn't look like it at all. They're stacked right up there. They're competing in the Sun Belt now. And, with teams like, Georgia Southern and Marshall, we've seen what the Sun Belt has done. I mean, Marshall beat Notre Dame and Georgia Southern beat Nebraska, beat Texas A&M. I mean, it's a really good conference. No, I've never had a schedule like this that I've been a part of. It's been a bunch of tremendous teams, a lot of teams. Most of the teams we've played this year have been ranked or are ranked at some point, and a lot of good teams, man. You just really have to. You have to just focus so hard on everything that you're doing as coaches, but then as players as well. There's not any room for error. If you slip here, or if I'm a little bit lackadaisical here, it's going to be a touchdown we're giving up or a lost yardage play on offense. We have to focus so hard on every single play, and then game plan wise, like we're very intentional on what we're doing offensively, defensively, what we're calling, because every single play matters. I mean, it's not any room for error. So that's why I don't sleep as good at night. We were just talking about that before I came down here. It's because you're always thinking about ways, what can we do to help ourselves out? What can we do a little bit better to give us one little bit of edge that we need to get these wins?
That's the story here from Cardinal Stadium, and that's what Satterfield said. You can find more coverage of ours at WDRB.com, and certainly watch us on the news at WDRB. Eric Crawford from Cardinal Stadium, thanks for watching.